Good evening, shoe fitters, ball goers, and those of you who've ever wondered why glass slippers don't shatter under dancing weight. This is Silas, the Deranged, Garaynj, broadcasting from somewhere between the fireplace and the palace, and tonight we're revisiting a story you think you know. You don't. Not really. Not the way the Grimms told it. Cinderella, or as the Grimms called her, Aschenputtel, 1812. A story about patience, magic, and what happens to stepsisters who try to fit into shoes that aren't meant for them. Once upon a time, a rich man's wife lay dying. She called her only daughter to her bedside. "Dear child, be good and pious. God will protect you, and I will look down from heaven and be near you." Then she died. The daughter planted a hazel twig on her mother's grave and watered it with her tears. 3 times a day she visited. 3 times a day she wept. The twig grew into a tree. A white bird came to live in the tree. When the girl wished for something beneath its branches, the bird would drop what she wished for. Remember this. No fairy godmother in the Grimm version. No bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. Just a dead mother, a tree of tears. The magic comes from grief. Tended carefully, visited faithfully. The magic comes from not forgetting. The father remarried. The new wife brought 2 daughters, beautiful, with ugly hearts. They took the girl's nice clothes, dressed her in rags, made her sleep by the fireplace in the ashes. They called her Aschenputtel, Cinderella, Ash Girl. Years passed. The girl worked, scrubbed, cooked, was mocked. The stepsisters threw lentils into the ashes and made her pick them out, one by one, for hours. They called her dirty, stupid, nothing. But 3 times a day she visited her mother's grave. 3 times a day the white bird listened. A festival was announced. 3 nights of dancing at the palace. The prince would choose a bride. Every maiden in the kingdom was invited. Cinderella asked to go. The stepmother laughed. "You, covered in ashes, with no dress? You'd shame us all." "Please," the stepmother threw a dish of lentils into the ashes. "Pick these out in 2 hours, and you may go." Cinderella called to the birds, doves, sparrows, all the birds of the air. They came. They picked. The task was done in half the time. "No," said the stepmother. "You have no dress. You cannot dance. You would shame us." And she left with her daughters, leaving Cinderella alone. Cinderella went to the hazel tree, stood beneath its branches. "Shiver and quiver, little tree, silver and gold throw down over me." The bird dropped down a dress of gold and silver, and slippers embroidered with silk and silver. She put them on. She went to the ball. No one recognized her. She was too beautiful, too radiant. A princess from a strange kingdom, surely. The prince danced with her all night, refusing all others. When she left, he tried to follow. She vanished into a pigeon house. He searched, found nothing. Second night. Same pattern, dressed more beautiful than before, prince more entranced. He tried to follow when she fled. She climbed into a pear tree. He chopped it down, found nothing but fruit. Third night. The prince was ready. He had the steps smeared with pitch, tar, sticky enough to catch. Cinderella came in a dress of pure gold, slippers of pure gold. She danced until midnight, then fled. Her left slipper stuck in the pitch. She couldn't stop to retrieve it. She ran home, dressed in rags again, sitting in the ashes by the time anyone else returned. The prince had his slipper, small, golden, made for a foot unlike any other in the kingdom. He announced, "Whoever fits this slipper will be my bride." The prince came to Cinderella's house. The stepmother was delighted. Here was her chance to make one of her daughters a princess. The eldest daughter tried the slipper. It didn't fit. Her toe was too big. Her mother handed her a knife. "Cut it off. When you're queen, you won't need to walk." The daughter cut off her big toe, stuffed her bloody foot into the slipper, smiled through the pain. The prince put her on his horse and rode toward the palace. As they passed the hazel tree, 2 white doves called down, turn and peep, there's blood within the shoe. The shoe it is too small for her. The true bride waits for you." The prince looked, saw the blood soaking through the golden slipper. "Return the false bride," demanded another try. The second daughter tried. Her heel was too big. "Cut it off. When you're queen, you won't need to walk." She cut off her heel, stuffed her bloody foot into the slipper, rode toward the palace. The doves again, turn and peep, there's blood within the shoe. The shoe, it is too small for her. The true bride waits for you. Again, the prince saw blood. Again he returned. This time he asked, "Is there no other daughter? Only a little kitchen maid?" Sneered the stepmother. She couldn't possibly be the one. The prince insisted. Cinderella was brought. She washed her feet, no cutting required, and the slipper fit perfectly. She stood, and the prince recognized her. But here, the ash girl, the dancer, his bride. The wedding was held. The stepsisters came, hoping to share in Cinderella's good fortune. As they walked beside her into the church, 2 white doves flew down and pecked out one eye from each. As they walked out of the church, the doves returned and pecked out their other eyes. And so, for their wickedness and falsehood, they were punished with blindness for the rest of their days. The end. Disney doesn't include that part for some reason. So what do we make of Cinderella, the real Cinderella? It's a story about patience. White! Cinderella endures years of abuse, never fighting back, never giving up. She visits her mother's grave faithfully. She tends the tree of tears. And when the time comes, the magic is ready because she was ready. It's a story about identity. The golden slipper can't be faked. The stepsisters try to reshape themselves, literally, with knives, to fit the role of princess. They fail. You can't cut yourself into being something you're not. The blood gives you away. It's a story about justice. The doves that helped pick lentils, the doves that sang truth to the prince, the doves that pecked out the stepsisters' eyes, they're instruments of a moral order. The magic in this story punishes as readily as it rewards. And it's a story about mothers, a lost mother's love, transformed into a tree, transformed into a bird, continues to protect and provide. Cinderella isn't alone. She's never been alone. The magic isn't external. It's inherited. It's love that outlasts death. The Grimm version is bloodier than Disney's, darker, but also, in its way, more honest. It says, kindness will be rewarded, but cruelty will be punished. It says, you can't fake who you are. It says, mothers never really leave. Whether that's comfort or horror depends on the mother, I suppose. Next week, Snow White, the original, the mirror, the poison, the coffin, and the red-hot iron shoes. The queen dances in until she dies. Until then, dear listeners, if the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't fit, don't cut pieces off yourself to make it work. And if white birds start singing about blood in your footwear, listen, they're usually right. This has been Silas, the deranged Garaynj, reminding you that patience has power, tears can grow trees, and happy endings sometimes require a little blindness, for the wicked anyway. You're listening because somewhere, something is waiting to reward your endurance. Or punish someone else's cruelty. Same thing, really. And now a word from our benefactors. Introducing Precision Footwear by Royal Decree. Are you a maiden with ambitions above your station? A stepsister who's always been the wrong side for opportunity? A mother willing to do whatever it takes to see your daughter succeed? Our surgical alteration services can help. The toe trim, quick, relatively painless, perfect for shoes that are just slightly too small. Includes complimentary bandages and a confident smile coaching session. The heel slice. For more significant fitting challenges, our technicians remove just enough to make that glass slipper yours. Walking may be affected. Queenship doesn't require walking. And our premium package, the Regal Fit Guarantee. We modify your feet to fit any royal footwear. No questions asked. Blood cleaned immediately. Precision Footwear by Royal Decree. Because when opportunity arrives, you should be ready to squeeze into it. Warning. White doves may still detect blood. We cannot prevent bird-based truth-telling. Our services do not include dealing with magical wildlife. Results may vary. Side effects include limping, bleeding through expensive shoes, public humiliation, and potential eye loss if divine justice is a factor. Precision Footwear by Royal Decree. If the shoe doesn't fit, we can fix that. The consequences, you'll have to handle yourself. Good night, dear listeners. And remember, the signal persists.